Hey everyone. Okay, so I have another show this evening, so this is going to be a quick one. But I got a question the other day, and it was about how I was able to sort of not care and still be myself, my vibrant self, even when I was going through a healing journey. So I love this question because it wasn't always that way. I choose to put certain things on the internet and choose to not put certain things on the internet. And I was very transparent about the moments when I didn't feel quite as strong. And I placed those on my channel so that I was completely transparent. But really, by nature, I'm somebody who loves bright colors. I love positivity. And it, quite frankly, annoys a lot of people. This is something that I had not learned to ignore. In fact, I would shrink myself, like I talked about in my last video, because I didn't want my light to be super intrusive to other people. So if you could think of that one person that maybe makes fun of you, or think of that person that really bothers you, even if they're not even in your life anymore and they used to be on the playground when you were a little kid, right? So if you think of these things and these people and you place them over here, okay, you can also do that with the hurt that you've been feeling. Place it over here and remember what brings you joy. And a lot of times it means being yourself, being your authentic self. I know that this is said a lot and some people think it's kind of cringe. Be cringe, be cringe, do whatever you have to do to be yourself. Okay, I couldn't pick the color for my nails. So what did I do? I picked all of them. I realized the fringe underneath this hat is starting to come apart. But I got this hat in Thailand and I love it anyway, so I'm wearing it anyway. The most impactful thing that I think I recently said, even for myself as a great reminder, was the things that certain people have said to me, the people that are talking behind my back, or the people that have made fun of me, or they go, "Ooh, why is she wearing that? Who does she think she is?" Who do I think I am? I'm me. That's what you want. You want people saying, who does she think she is? Who do they think they are? Right? That's what you want these people to say. Okay, that's when you know you are officially not caring what they think and you are officially living your true authenticity based on your core values. And I had to switch up my values. I used to value being the good girl. I used to value doing the right thing. And this doesn't mean I don't care about the world and don't care about others' feelings. This means I was lowering my vibration and I was dimming my light around certain people so that they could feel more comfortable. Those days are gone. I wasn't always like this. I think that there were certain people in my life that I was around and they would say that they felt like they were in my shadow, or they felt like I didn't care about them because I was always so focused on my career or whatever that was. And while certain things are valuable when people come and talk to you about these things, okay, you kind of have to realize it's their problem. And it took me so long to realize that this isn't bad selfishness. This is good. And I get triggered by when people would maybe say that I was the narcissist, right? And I've talked about this before. And I'm sitting there thinking, why? I don't do what I do for my own ego. I do what I do because I was born to be a messenger of music and art and creativity. Okay? And I want to help other people realize that there's much more to life than just the mundane, regular blah. Okay. And we all get stuck there. So, how do I still get up, even in the midst of a healing, chaotic mess? And I still just put myself out there. That's just what I did. I put myself out there. And if you want to post videos, just do it. And if people want to talk about you behind their behind your back, let them. They're going to talk and they're going to say, who does she think she is? And you know what? Good. Let them. Let them. If these people are meant to be in your life, great. If not, bye-bye. And sometimes you just have to snip it off, right? Sometimes these people are tethered to you and you just have to get rid of them because they are bringing you down. And a lot of times it becomes very evident when you start feeling better and you pull yourself out. And it's kind of like, when if there's something sad that's happened, Just because something sad has happened does not mean that you have to lower and dim your light, okay? People need your light. People need that. And by nature, I'm a light person, okay? But I would be called insensitive if I would bring my light to the party. Guess what? I'm done doing that. I'm done dimming my light. I'm done making myself small. And you guys, you can do this too. Okay. So even if you're in a healing place, and I think that it's obvious you're starting to see the growth process, which is why I've documented this whole journey, because I'm much stronger now. And unimaginable situations have happened in the last 6 months of my life. And I couldn't be more grateful for the lessons that I've learned because I am so strong now. All these people that used to bother me cannot. They can't. And I used to fall victim to this. I cared so much about what they thought. And it's kind of, you know, it's the similar thing of, oh, should I wear that outfit because what will people think? Now, I haven't always cared, but I went through ups and downs of caring because I think also as I got older, I thought I was supposed to be a certain version of a woman. And I think that, I wanted to be a mom and a wife. And I think that a lot of people would just take one look at me and go, you could never do that. In fact, I was told that many times by different people. And guess what? It has nothing to do with it. I know how to love and I'm a light person. That would make a great wife and a great mother. And all I have to do is continue to fuel myself, look in the mirror every single day and go, I am beautiful. I am strong. All of the things that I know that I am, it doesn't mean that I feel beautiful and strong in those moments. That's the most important time to remind yourself of this. That's how you get out of bed. That's how you force yourself and do something selfish for 5 minutes a day. And I know some of you might be parents, so it might be kind of hard. I'm at a brand new place in my life where I'm starting my life completely over. And I'm going to take you guys along with the journey, and these videos are going to start to change. And I talked about this before because I'm changing. Okay. So I hope that you can take some of this advice and implement it into whatever you're going through, but just don't care. And I used to be so worried about being the good girl, right? Being the good girl. And by that, I mean, oh, well, that person is not respecting my boundaries right now. And I have repeated myself and I'm still being called, whether it be names or selfish or difficult. Listen, babes, if this is your boundary, stick with it. And if they don't like it, too bad. Too bad. Okay. And I've always been a fiery, vibrant person. And I started to feel like that was dimming. And part of that was due to other people's behavior. And I was also dimming my own light and my own shimmery, starry like essence, which I've always had since I was a little girl, because it was so different. But I'm putting a stop to this. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous. In fact, for the longest time, I used to put pink and purple in my hair just because I love color, which you might see that again soon. But, I stopped doing that because certain people in my life didn't like it. That is so crazy, you guys. That's so insane. Why would I care? I never cared before. But I got into loops and cycles of thinking that maybe I was attracting the wrong people because of how I looked. Maybe I looked too artsy or something. So I was attracting the wrong people in my life. It has nothing to do with that at all. And if you're attracting the wrong people in your life based on how you look, those people aren't for you anyway. Okay. So just remember this, get out of bed and do the thing anyway. Get your phone out and post the video anyway. Get the scissors out and cut them off anyway. Cut them out of your life. Get rid of them. Nobody talks about this. And it's really something that used to be my biggest fear because I was raised with a grandmother who loved her family to like the end. Okay. And it is a quality that I will always carry with me. And I will always love my family and friends and people who have taught me lessons. Okay. But if you are holding on to relationships and you're holding on to people that are hurting you and you're holding on to situations and things that are making it so that you feel like you can't get out of bed that day, it's time to get the scissors out and cut that stuff out of your life. Get it out, push it away, burn it to the ground. Do not remain tethered to the wrong people, the wrong situations. Just, it's not worth it, because you're going to wake up one day and go, wow, now how do I undo my mess? And there's a lot of people who can't get out of bed. There's a lot of people who are living depressed. And I'm going to tell you, another thing to get rid of is scrolling. Okay. And yes, I am telling you this, even if you found this scrolling. Okay. Well, great if it's helping you. But then you need to put the phone down and actually put what you're learning to work. I don't scroll the internet. And I actually am not a big fan when people send me videos from the internet either. Okay. A lot of times I don't even open them. Because why? Because I have other things to do. I have bigger fish to fry. I have dreams. And I put so many of my dreams on hold. And I put so many moments in my life on hold because I was living my life for the expectation and validation of other people, because I thought I was doing the right thing. And I had to stop myself and go, wait a minute. I might have vanilla days where I just want to wear cream colors. I might have days where I just want to be alone. Okay. But all in all, I'm a bright, vibrant person, right? And I want to be around other people. And I remember, even in some of my previous relationships where, the abuse was so strange. And it was like they gave me compliments on, oh, you've always had such a light, and I've always been so drawn to your light and your personality, and you're so entertaining and fun. But then they would play this against me, okay? And especially when it didn't fit their narrative, okay? And it's almost as if they expected me to be depressed and sad in certain instances when I would refuse to. And then when I was feeling depressed or sad, it was held over my head and held against me. And then I was told that I needed to get help. Listen, these are all kinds of crazy messes that I've had to undo for myself. And anybody that's invited into the new version of me and into my new life are going to be very carefully vetted, because I was surrounded by people who I thought were the greatest people in the world. Come to find out, I just had this epiphany yesterday. None of them, none of them are living their lives for anything greater than themselves. Let me say that again. The people that I thought were like the greatest people in my life, in my past, many of them, not all, but many of them, are not living their lives for any greater purpose than themselves. And by that, I mean, they are not giving anything to humanity. They're not giving anything back to the planet. They're not giving anything into their life. They're just taking and taking and taking and surviving and surviving and surviving. And so I, by nature, was that light, because I've always done things a little bit different. Again, this doesn't make me better. It makes me at a different point in the video game, a different level in the video game, something that works better for me. I was not sent here to survive or to just take. I am here to give. I am here to create, and I always have been. Okay. And I believe that all of us, to find that balance, it's about finding that balance. And when I had that epiphany where I was like, wow, the people that I was around, like, what were any of them doing for the greater purpose of life? The best things I've learned are from people who are giving back to the world, giving gifts to the world. And by doing that, it recharges them. And that's why I'm in what I am in, whether it's entertainment, painting, music, writing, all of that. And that's why I want to share these things with you guys, because I got twisted, and I really know myself. And I'm a strong personality, and I'm not perfect by any means. But I started to question myself. And it's like, why am I questioning myself? I know exactly who I am. How did I get so far away to now explaining myself and begging these people to understand me? That's what got me stuck in bed and depressed. It had nothing to do with me and everything to do with me focusing on the opinions of other people. And I never really considered myself somebody who cared that much about the opinions of other people. But guess what? We do care. And I cared the most about the people that were closest to me. And I didn't even realize how toxic some of these relationships were. I didn't even realize that I was dimming myself or over giving to people who never even picked up the phone to call me first, which that's okay. I mean, I'm just saying that a lot of times it was me following up. It was me overgiving. It was me trying to validate my existence by living up to a certain narrative that these people had painted. And I don't know if that makes any sense to you because, you know, I went above and beyond to do this. And now standing back, I realize that there was a huge imbalance with me and a lot of the people. You just have to not give a crap anymore about what other people think, okay? And do what you want. Why am I wearing sushi earrings? Not because somebody gave them to me. I'm wearing them because I like them, okay? I'm grateful that they were a gift, but I'm wearing these because I love it. Yesterday I wore what came first, the chicken or the egg. And I had eggs in one ear, chicken on the other ear. Why do I have all my colors, right? Why do I have all my colors? Because I like color. Okay? Why am I wearing red lipstick? Why am I wearing makeup? Because I think it's fun. I have fun doing it. It's these little things. If you just do that and not care about people whispering, right? You know how many people are whispering behind my back about all these videos? And you know how much I care? This much. Zero. Zero, zero, zero. Okay? Because I'm here for those of you who want to listen. I'm here for those of you who want to grow. I'm here for those of you who want to take a step in the right direction and start living your life for you, not for your abuser, not for your family, not for your friends, not for the opinions of other people in the world. Okay? And these messages are going to keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger because why? Because I'm growing into the strong person that I was born to be again. So hope that helps you. It's time for me to go play a show now. But get out of bed and just push yourself to do something that brings you joy, even if it means that it doesn't look right or sound right to anyone else. If it looks right and sounds right and feels right to you, then do it. And sometimes we have to question why we're doing what we're doing. Because I did this for a long time and I thought, oh, I'm only doing this for the approval of the next person in line, whoever that was. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. Okay. If they like you, they like you. If they love you, they love you. If they don't, they don't. And we are because of survival, because if you were different and you were left behind out of the tribe back in the day, that meant that your survival was minimal. We are not living like this anymore. This is evolution. We've risen above that. So be your strong self, love yourself, get out of bed, okay? And go do something for yourself. You want to go take a new class? Take a new class. You want to go and try something new off the menu? Do that. You want to go look fear in the eyes? I dare you. Go and do something that scares you. Go challenge yourself. Even if that means putting on that weird outfit or that crazy looking jacket or getting all the colors on your nails because you feel like doing it and you're not going to allow what other people think to dictate that decision, that's what you need to do. So get out of bed and do it. All right? I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.